Hey, welcome back to the Grit Culture. So I'm pretty sure by now everybody's heard the news that popular, controversial podcaster, dating coach, gives advice and all of that, Kevin Samuels, has passed away at the age of 56. Very, 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 very unfortunate. 56 is a young age, too. I mean, it's not relative, stuff starts to happen, in those, around those years, but still, man, still a lot of life to live, man. You see a lot of black folks, man, passing away early, man. I don't know what his eating habits is. I don't know if he had any, ongoing health issues or anything like that. But, just something so sudden, man. We're seeing a lot of people go like that, man. But it's unfortunate, man. It's the way life is, man. That's why you gotta, do what you gotta do, handle your business, man. Go hard on a daily basis, man. Take care of yourself the best you can. But be mindful. Be mindful of that, man. And like I said, make everything count. But yeah, it's sad, man. It's unfortunate. As far as Kevin Samuels, man, I had grown to like the dude, man. I at first I was kind of, really wasn't into it. I thought it was funny. It was funny, but like I said, some of the stuff he was doing was mean spirited, and it was, man. And I've seen stuff to where he called girls bitches and stuff like that, ones who weren't being aggressive or anything like that toward them. I can understand the ones, if a chick getting out of line or, talking crazy, I can understand that. But a lot of times he come aggressive and, chick wasn't even bringing that type of flavor. So I didn't agree with that. But I feel like, over time he kind of, toned it down. He still was, doing some things sometimes, but he toned it down a lot. But he said some things, a lot of good things that, you could agree with, man. A lot of, he had his understanding of, where the future was headed, finances, different business, different things like that. A lot of topics that you don't hear a lot of black folks and podcasters and stuff discussing. If you really listen, and heard some of the things he was talking about. And I'm talking about past, dating. Now, like I said, I didn't agree with everything. I think some of the stuff he was talking about as far as dating and everything, some of the stuff was subjective. Some of the stuff was subjective in my eyes, but then some of it, a good amount of it, probably the greater amount of it was, it was practical. It was something to think on. It was something that, made some sense. Especially nowadays, nobody really wants to tell women, and women don't want to hear, they don't want to have a mirror put up to them, put up to, the shit that they're doing. You barely ever see online a woman saying she was wrong or anything like that. And, we're always told, shit, people are always babying the girls and you know the deal, man. So, but like I said, I didn't agree with all of it, but a lot of it was, was extremely valid, man. So, but, unfortunate part of it was, the response and black women out here celebrating the dude's death. That's highly, just low. I'm not going to say, bad as human beings or anything like that. I just, people got to grow the fuck up. This dude wasn't doing nothing to harm none of you personally. A lot of the people who were going on the show, even after they knew some of the stuff he was doing, they would still go on knowing what they would expect. And they'd subject themselves to to that crap. Like I said, I didn't agree with all of it, but, you know, they subject themselves to that, and he had a platform. One thing I will say about the guys that have these platforms and, you know, talk in that manner, especially, man, amongst us black folks, man, it seems like that's the only time they get attention. And it's been said, I don't think he said that, but, you know, I've heard a lot of people, you know, come up like that. They've said, you know, this is what y'all pay attention to. So you got to, you know, speak, you know what I'm saying, to get the masses. You may be able to cast a wider net. You'll become controversial. You'll piss a lot of people off. But, you know, instead of reaching a couple hundred ears and, you know, saving a couple hundred people, you can reach 1 million people and probably have, you know, 500,000 pissed at you while you're saving another 500,000. So, I mean, that's something understandable. And like I said, if, you know, just people in general gravitate toward drama and, you know, and bullshit at times. It was entertaining. A lot of that shit, you know, that's the main thing I watched it for, was entertainment. But like I said, he said some dope things in there too. But it's mainly entertainment. But, you know, I make that a small portion of the stuff that I consume. But a lot of people gravitate toward that type of thing, while you have people who are giving it to you in a positive manner and just trying to educate, and it's too boring. It's too boring for folks, man. Kind of like how men and women act with their relationships. They want something fun all the time. They want drama. They want something, you know, somebody who's dangerous and all of this. They don't want the boring, you know what I'm saying, the safe person, the person who will, you know, more than likely you'll live a good, fruitful life with. They want the bad boy, the bad girl, somebody who, you know, doing some wild shit. Like I said, I've been here long enough, man. I've heard people talk. I've heard multiple people admit this stuff, men and women. They admit this. You know what I'm saying? The person's just boring. You know what I'm saying? They just too good or something like that. So, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, you live and you learn. But yeah, the dude wasn't doing nothing to harm y'all. If anything, it shows the women is exposing their bitterness. The fact that, you know, they're celebrating a person dying, who they didn't agree with, because they didn't agree with his stance on certain things. Shit, there's plenty of women out here that talk a whole bunch of bullshit, man. Say some of the crazy stuff and just bash men, and men say the craziest things about men, and I would never think about, you know, celebrating if something happened to them, and I would never want something to happen to them. These people have families, they have children, they have people love them. Somebody loves them. You know what I'm saying? So I would never stoop that low for somebody who hasn't done nothing to affect me physically, right? Physically, tangibly. You know, somebody, you know, just hurting feelings and stuff like that. It's like, come on. But like I said, you do what you do. Just don't be mad if somebody does the same to you, right? But, you know, I would never advocate for that. I mean, I remember who was that? That crazy chick, Sansa Ray Smith, man. She, when the news came that she had committed suicide, now come to find out, it was fake. She had faked her death, but it had went all around that she had committed suicide and died and all of that. And shit, I thought the chick was insane, but that was, you know, I was highly saddened to hear that, right? You know what I'm saying? I was highly saddened to hear that, because like I said, it's just the finality to death, man, and ain't no coming back from that. Like I said, and the lasting pain that it, you know, it brings. So it's unfortunate, man. Like I said, they said Kevin Samuels, man, he had cardiac arrest, was complaining of chest pains, and I guess the girl at his apartment, he was with, called the police. Called 911 after he had passed out. I guess, you know, when you have stuff like that try to get to the hospital as quick as possible. I think he tried to sit it out and tried to wait it out, see if it'll just, go away. And, it didn't happen like that. Something with your chest, man. Hop on that immediately. But, yeah, man, it's sad, man. It's just sad. I know a lot of people didn't have Kevin Samuels passing on their bingo card this year. But, like I said, whoever does, it's just how life is sometimes, man. It's random, and it's real. It's very, very real, man. So let's just do the best we can. Like I said, man, stop the bullshit. You didn't have to like the dude, and you don't have to change up and like the dude after there. But celebrating and throwing a whole party because he did that. Y'all always talking about people being pressed. That's what y'all sound like. That's what y'all sound like. And man, if you don't like somebody, you don't like their content, just don't pay him no fucking attention, man. That's simple. Don't pay him no attention. But like I said, them not liking him and their jokes aren't hurting him or anything like that. Whatever they say, their party isn't hurting them. So I mean, whatever, do it. It's just childish. It's tasteless. It's extremely low. It's extremely low. And like I said, I wouldn't do it with none of the female or whoever saying crazy stuff. Go ahead, go off. And if you got the audience for it, and then insulting the audience and talking about, what they do and all that. If it helps somebody get through their day and if it works for them, it's kind of like religion. If it works for them, then, can't knock it. As long as, they're being able to move on with their life, make the changes and advance and keep building upon what they have going on. Then, and they're not affecting the next person, then shit, you can really can't knock that. Really can't knock that, man. So that's all I got. I'm done rambling. Rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. And like I said, hey, everybody, stay on top of your health. Stay on top of your health the best you can. That's very, very, very serious. And I want to see everybody, I just want to see everybody healthy, man. Be able, so they can do what they do. Be able to keep prospering out here. Keep being productive. And yeah, so rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. And man, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave your comments on what you think. And I'll see y'all later.